Alright, so we're back at work today, and Dad's kind of neglected his painting duties this week, so he's playing catch up. So I got a 5.3 I'm working on, and I need his accessories. These are getting what, painted black, right?
Yeah.
So you just get everything taped off.
Well, the antique nickel block and
yeah,
accessory's gonna be black.
Yeah, the motor's antique nickel.
That ought to look sharp.
Should look really good. This will be dry today. It's a nice warm day today. So you got the alternator ready. Oh, you still got to prime them, yeah. I'm giving away some of your secrets of how you mask things off. That aluminum foil works real good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm working on this 5.3. This is that antique nickel that we were just talking about, but I'm gonna get this one finished up today. The transmission's already done, so that's ready to go. So just got to get a few things painted up for the front, and I'm gonna get this one finished up. I still got that 6.6 we picked up in the last video. So while we're waiting on the accessories to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing hanging. And I got the torque converter on the transmission. And then I was asked to bring the welding machine for a
spaceship.
Trident?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Everybody's getting into space now, so we're trying to get there too.
What is this thing?
It's a rocket to the moon.
Oh, come on. What is it?
It's a whirligig.
Oh, okay. So I gotta do some welding on this thing.
I want you to fix this, but you're a welder.
And
you can do this.
Okay.
Want to go one way and want to go the other way.
So I gotta weld this. All right, guys, so I know most of y'all have seen us put the transmission and flywheel and torque converter and all that on several hundred times already, but we never did really mention this, and this really helps when you're putting the flywheel or the torque converter, bolting the torque converter to the flywheel. Yeah. So if you notice the hole that has the 2 X's, I put the 2 X's, they don't come like that. It's kind of an egg shape, it's oblong compared to this hole. So when you're doing these, the easiest thing to do, you start with that egg-shaped hole first. If you start with the regular hole and you go all the way around, when you get to that egg-shaped hole, your bolt's not gonna fit right. So if you start with the egg-shaped hole first and just, kind of hand tight, then get somebody to spin the motor around for you and get the rest of your bolts in, you'll be golden. But if you, like I said, start with the egg shape first, can't go wrong. That's the way to do it. All right, so we got the 5.3 in the truck, intake's on. It's looking pretty good. Great. Real nice. Oh, they can't see a thing we're doing anyway. Sorry, you can't see anything we're doing. We're busy. It's hard to film sometimes and do all this. Maybe we make it big, but somebody come in and film us.
Okay. That would be great.
All right, go ahead. Don't forget this bolt. This bolt here goes. It'll actually go underneath your tensioner if your tensioner's on there. But I forgot that once, and well, no big deal. Just had to pull the tensioner back off. But don't forget that bolt. Okay.
Waste no time. Get it. Gotta go. Gotta get it.
All right. Another L83 5.3 getting shipped off. This one is one of my favorite colors. It's the same color we did the C10 motor in, but it's antique nickel, all stock front end kit in black. So nothing too special, but looks pretty cool. It's got that muscle car oil pan that make it fit in anything you got pretty much. 8-speed transmission on it. So yep. So this was getting shipped off, and then I think we're about to take a little beer break. And then I'm going to probably tear down that 6.6 liter we got in the last video.
This is a 903
Okay, we like those.
German chocolate cake.
Interesting.
Imperial stout.
All right. What's the alcohol content?
Alcohol is a 13.3.
Okay. Very good.
This brewery is in Sherman, Texas.
Yes, it is.
And there's a guy up there that makes some nice looking muscle cars and sells them. Ooh, little bitty bubbles. See them little tiny bubbles? That tells you something right there. If you're a beer connoisseur, and them little bubbles like that let you know it's a high alcohol.
There we go.
See, look at that. See them little bubbles in there? They're tiny like that.
All right.
They don't dissipate very quickly. That's high alcohol.
See what you think.
There. I gotta admit,
Pretty good.
tastes like a chocolate cake.
Let me give it a shot.
I'm serious.
It's rich.
It's rich.
It's rich, like
Creamy.
chocolate, like a chocolate cake.
Like a chocolate cake.
Pretty good.
It tastes like it's in between that and the icing.
All right, so we're gonna enjoy our little break. All right, so this is that 6.66 L8T that we picked up last week, and this is a brand new engine, never been ran. It's one of those GM auction crate deals. So I'm just gonna get it kind of stripped down and then get it kind of ready to be inspected, and then Dad's gonna do his paint work, his deal on it. So first thing I'm gonna do real quick is just knock off these exhaust manifolds and get the water pump off of it. All right, so we'll go ahead and get these fuel rails off, 13 millimeter. Just kind of go back and forth. There we go. And we're gonna get these rubbers out, all all these rubbers are in there. They all stayed in the motor except for this one, so we'll get them out. So we had a visitor in the shop, so I had to cut the film there for a second. Had to cut videoing, but so I've got it torn down, and like I expected, it's a brand new engine. I mean, it's everything's super clean. The crankshaft, I mean, everything is just brand new. We're not going to reuse the pan. We're going to put a muscle car oil pan on it, but I went ahead and cleaned the block surface for the new pan and just got it kind of soaking so Dad can do his final cleanup on it. We are going to go ahead and bore scope it just to make sure. I mean, like I said, it is a brand new engine, but anything can happen. So we're just going to, you know, before we put our name on it and send it out, we're going to make sure it's right. But yeah, nice and clean, brand new. And it wasn't much to tear down anyway, so it ain't like y'all missed a lot on the video. I'm gonna put the stock pan back on for now, just to keep any you know, moisture and, you know, dirt or anything out of it. But it's I mean, as you can see, it's brand new, never been ran. All right, getting close to the end of the day here. I'm just gonna go ahead and scope this one, just to check everything, make sure everything's cool with it. Probably makes real boring videos here, but let's see if you can see what I see. Maybe, probably not. And everything looks well. Everything looks new, as it should, right? All right. So if we haven't done enough today yet, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rocker arms on this 6.2 LS. So we got our new push rods from Texas Speed, and then in a previous video, I did these CHE trunnion upgrade on these rockers. So I'll put a link to that video in the description below if you want to see how to install these. And so yeah, I'm gonna put those on real quick. It's not really too big of a deal. And show you how I do it. You can look on the internet and come up with a lot of different people telling you this and that and whatever, but I'm just gonna show you how I do it. So what I do is, once I get the rock arms in there, I just, you know, snug them down, and then I torque them all to 22 foot-pounds, and then I rotate the engine and I just check them at 22 again, and making sure they're still at 22, and then that's it after that. There's nothing else I do. So there's some other stuff out there on the internet that tells you to do a few different things, but I've done a lot of these, so never had one come back yet. So it's basically every other one. You get a straight. This one's a kind of an offset, but there's a straight. So straight, offset, straight, offset, straight. So you want to start kind of in the middle of your rail, you know, kind of think about the way you would torque something down. Even though I'm not putting hardly, right now we're not putting any torque on them. This is just barely tightening them up. All right, so we're gonna start torquing down, like I said, 22 foot-pounds. And some of these will take a little bit because of the way the cam lobe is. We're gonna compress the spring as we're doing this. So. All right, so I'm just gonna repeat the process on this. All right, I got both sides torqued down. So now what I always do is I just rotate the engine a few times. Using my homemade tool I made using an old oil pump gear. All right, and I'll just go through and recheck all of them again. And that is it. I'll spin them one more time and just check it one more time, but that's it. That's the process that I use. That's what I've always done. All right, so we got them all on. I mean, that's the jewelry right there. Them CHEs are bad. Very nice. All right, so we picked up the next project. Not that we need another one, but this is a 6.2 L86. It's getting Texas speed cam and I think a LT4 blower. So it'll be a pretty extensive build. Heads are coming off and all that good stuff, and so it'll be a fun deal. So we're about to get it on a stand here, and I'll probably be stripping this one down, I guess next weekend. And it is getting a T56 manual, so we don't need the flywheel. That's why the flywheel's coming off. Flywheel's coming off now. Okay. All right. Now we're not gonna be putting the manual on. We've done that before, and I hated every minute of it. This is gonna be a motor build this time, and it's gonna get shipped off like it is after we're finished. So yeah, next weekend I know what I'll be doing, so I'll get to film this tear down and do a few other things, and I'll get to use my new little tool I made. So we got the one motor that took the big cam out and going back to stock, and then this motor now is going to get a cam. So I made a little cheap cam tool. So what I did, I took an old phaser bolt, welded an old worn out socket I had to the phaser bolt, and then I broke this ratchet working on a buddy of mine's truck doing brake job the other day. So I got this old broken ratchet and I just welded it all together, and you know, I do that from time to time. I get bored, so that's what happens. But yeah, so it just threads in there and just gives you something to grab. Where do you want it, right here? so I never got around to doing a kind of a proper video, but this is a 5.3 LS that has been totally rebuilt, 0 mile, and it's to a 5.7. And it's got a little lumpy Texas speed cam. It sounds pretty good. It's a 1972 Nova?
Yeah.
So 72 Nova, 4L60E trans, and you pretty much built the car, right?
Yeah.
Interior and
everything.
So
Headliner,
yeah, so it's for a real good friend of ours. We normally don't work on other people's cars. We'll do motors, but not other cars. But so it actually is really nice. Needs a little bit of body work, a little bit of paint work, but it ought to run pretty good. I mean, but
it is good.
Yeah. Now I got to drive the truck today. I should have took the camera with me, but the truck's kind of a handful.
Yeah, it's
all it does is just spin the tires. So, or a tire really, but
do both of them.
yeah. But yeah, I mean this one as well. Y'all have seen this in the video quite a few times. But this is I think it was an Escalade, Cadillac Escalade 6.2, LED 6, Texas speed cam, the small one, stage 1, CHE, trunnion upgrade, and I think it's a deep motor intake with the spacers or adapter plate deals, and the CVF kit. So yeah, so I think we're gonna end it off there. We've had a pretty full day. 6.6 is tore down. We got a 6.2 that we just picked up that I'm gonna be working on. So I think that's gonna do it. Subscribe, like, share, ring the notification bell. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.